Black women tackling their insecurities is 1,000% revolutionary. I just had this sort of, I don't know what to call them. I guess you can call them visions, moments that could happen, that could be a world that could exist, possibilities, potential. I always say that oftentimes I feel like Doctor Strange, seeing all the different worlds, all the different possibilities, all the different outcomes. What is an active and vivid imagination when it is a potential reality? If maybe people had the idea, if somebody voiced the thought that inspired somebody to actually do it, what do you call that? You know what I mean? But Black women tackling their insecurities is absolutely revolutionary, because I was just in here thinking, right? Um, a while back, I got into like the modeling scene, I guess. I didn't even really consider myself a model personally. I just was somebody who was trying something new because I wanted to support my photographer friends and I wanted to support the people that were in that scene. I don't know. I just showed up, right? And I remember getting some pictures back from one of the photographers and feeling very insecure about my arms, right? Because like I have bigger arms, right? When I first got the pictures back, I was really nervous because I was like, "Oh, I feel like it's gonna have to make me face myself," and it did. Um, my eye can be a little off center sometimes. Right now, I'm not wearing a bra. My breast hang pretty low. My point is this: back then, which was like a couple months ago, right? Back then, I remember the fear that overtook my entire being about the thought, even the thought, the mere thought of seeing myself raw and unfiltered. I am a person who has been advocating for using filters less. I don't care about filters. If you look through any of my pictures, I think I have one photo. And I'm not talking about like a Paris filter, something like, I'm talking about the ones that shrink your nose, and make your lips smaller or bigger, the ones that change your face anatomy. I have like one picture from like 2018. You want to know why? I refuse to feed into the dysmorphia of it all. I did not want to see myself distorted. I did not want to see my beauty hidden behind whatever standard it is acceptable, because I didn't want to fuck my brain up. And I was like, I don't need that. I don't want that. I see myself as I am. But there was something about the high definition of it all. Even before I bought this camera, I was worried about seeing myself up close and personal. You know what I mean? Little hair here, little, you know what I'm saying? Maybe your eye looks a little. I don't care anymore because I'm free. And the reason why I'm free is because I thought about it. I was like, somebody could call me a fat arm flabby bitch. And guess what? I would say, okay, my granny gave it to me. Next, okay, these are cooking arms. And I'd be cooking the hell. I'd be cooking the hell out of my food. When I took my food to the hood and it was vegan and they really fucked with it and I had hella compliments, I was like, because like black people will tell you this shit is nasty. Yeah, they will tell you, ain't nobody eating this. Baby, you tried, but no. You know what I'm saying? So these is cooking arms. These is seasoned. And so I started to think about that thought and taking it higher, right? The less that black women are tearing themselves apart, and I've noticed this is not a judgment, this is not a critique, this is observation. I noticed that a lot of black women who become mothers, they tend to criticize themselves right in front of their children, especially their daughters. Sometimes I think it's because they're seeking comfort and validation from the person that loves them unconditionally. Other times, I think it's accidental. Ooh, I look fat in this. Ooh, look, mommy's tummy. Like, I feel like if we tackled our insecurities head on and we learned to love ourselves head on, raw, unfiltered, and we didn't talk about ourselves that way in front of the children, there would be a generation of Black women who are confident, who love themselves, who look at their arms and they see their grannies and their mamas and they find it beautiful. You know, there wouldn't be all of this heavy toxic diet culture. There wouldn't be this constant pull and tug and removing of us. I'm not saying that you can't go to the gym, because we should be promoting health and wealth. And I'm just like mind blown at myself sometimes, because I've been through a journey, right? Growing up where I did not know that you could use the full broccoli stalk. You know, like a head of broccoli and how it has a stalk. I was in Oklahoma cooking for me and my husband one day, and I was like, I'm not gonna, like, you know, I don't want to throw away like the stock, because I feel like it's a waste. And then it clicked. I was like, wait a minute. The frozen broccoli that comes in the bag, the stock, that's this. The reason why I'm sharing that is because I didn't have fresh vegetables growing up. So I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know. So I went from that to being a vegan. I cut out, you know, everything cold turkey. And I was like basically plant-based at one point. So strictly just plant-based. Herbs. Like I have a whole journey. If you see the progression of me, you will see the progression of me, right? And like present day, I'm still primarily vegan. I don't eat meat. I don't really obsess about dairy. You know what I mean? I don't fuck with it all like that. But if like there's a donut or there's like a pasta that has it, I'm not gonna trip. I'm more so pleasure based these days. But I still stick to primarily vegan. Like on a day to day, that's what I'm eating. My point is this. It's not about promoting things that are unhealthy, promoting things that, you know, are killing us and killing our community. It's about promoting self-love. It's about teaching the children, teaching the women around us what it means to truly be confident and what it means to truly love yourself. I'm not a perfect human being. Still have my insecurities. I'm always going to have my insecurities. But what I'm saying is I'm not going to let them define me. I'm not going to let them hold me back. And I'm not going to fear them. And today I posted pictures where my arm is out and you can see my stretch marks. You can see how big my arm is. I'm not trying to hide it. I'm not trying to cover it, because I have accepted myself. I have faced my insecurities head on. I have nothing to hide. This is who I am, existing in this body, and I'm not ashamed of it. And I love myself, and I accept myself, and I've earned every single scar, stretch mark. You know what I'm saying? Every little bit of seasoning in these arms. I've earned that. So Black women tackling our insecurities is absolutely revolutionary. And don't get me started on the hair.